An embattled city official who has been the subject of several Channel 2 Action News Atlanta Journal-Constitution investigations is in trouble once again.
And this time, she might have gotten special treatment from police in the city she serves. Channel 2 investigative reporter Jody Fleischer is here with how a bad check has made this an even bigger investigation.
Well, Carol, the business owner who's the victim here told me he really just wanted to collect the money the city councilwoman owed him. She gave him a check to pay her debt, but it was written on a closed account. Police got a warrant for the councilwoman's arrest, but she didn't go to jail. She got to make a deal instead. Talk about why you wrote a check on a closed account.
I did not realize it was closed.
Hapeville Councilwoman Ruth Barr owed this local printing shop $742 for envelopes she ordered for her tax preparer business. The victim says he tried to collect for weeks before cornering her at a council meeting. She handed him this check, signed by her daughter and business partner. But it came back the account was already closed.
She was out of town. She had left checks on the side account. I did not realize that was the account that was closed, and I gave it, and when I found out, I took care of the check.
So you filled out the check? She didn't fill out the check?
Hapeville police never got to the bottom of that either. According to the police report, several attempts at contact with the councilwoman went unanswered. So they swore out this arrest warrant for deposit account fraud. But when officers showed up to serve it, instead of taking her to jail, they let her call the victim and promised to pay cash later that day.
That's kind of totally inappropriate, isn't it? That's not the way it's supposed to be done.
Citizens with Hapeville's Community Coalition want answers.
It looks like special treatment to me.
Police Chief Richard Glavasek told Channel 2 he disagrees. When he canceled a scheduled interview to discuss it, we caught up with him at a public event.
We just want to know if you feel like your officers properly handled this situation.
We're not going to discuss that tonight, okay?
But you're the police chief, and these were your officers.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe they handled this situation properly?
I do. Yes, ma'am, I do.
Not so, says former District Attorney Jeff Brickman. He says he's never seen anything like this in his 15 years as a state and federal prosecutor.
Once a judge orders that somebody is arrested, then they have to be arrested.
He says officers on scene don't have the authority to allow the suspect and victim to work out a deal or to dismiss a warrant. Only the judge can do that. And in this one, there's no documentation.
It doesn't look right. It doesn't smell right. The public reads this and goes, what the heck?
Now, this all happened about a month ago, but just this week, Wednesday night, while we were still waiting on the city records we requested, police showed up at the victim's house and had him sign a statement declining to prosecute the councilwoman. The city has now decided to review the situation to make sure it was handled properly. Justin?
All right, Jody, now more details on the councilwoman. This is just the latest in a trail of fraud allegations against her. And in May, agents raided her tax office after we exposed inflated refunds for clients, which may have cost the government millions. She's also facing several fraud judgments and a criminal case in Gwinnett County for stealing $100,000 from a dying family member. Read more about her latest troubles in this Sunday's Atlanta Journal-Constitution paper.